Welcome to PMP Exam Practice. If you are new here, we highly recommend watching the quick intro video on how to study for scenario-based questions from these videos with the help of Excel sheets and YouTube timestamps, plus some quick easy tips before your exam day. Link in the description. The time limit given is about 1 minute for each answer. If you are new to this video, we recommend that you keep it playing and listen to each explanation to fully understand the scenario and the appropriate choice. If this is a review, then mute the sound, use the timestamp to navigate between the questions, and train yourself to read and answer each question in 1 minute. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications for new exam updated questions. Good luck! You are a project manager in a manufacturing company. You want to test the output of a production line that manufactures piston rings. You want to specify whether the variations in the jobs are inherent to the process or if the process is in need of adjustment. Which of the following tools would be most useful? A. Trend analysis. B. Control charts. C. Statistical sampling. D. Pareto charts. The correct answer is B. Control charts are a graphical display of the results over time of a process. They are used to determine if the process is in control or in need of adjustment. Control charts are used to determine whether or not a process is stable or has predictable performance. A project team is making analysis for a major, critical defect to determine the root cause. To do this, the team considered various factors linked to the defect and grouped them into categories such as machine, method, material, and manpower. Which of the following tools of quality is the team using? A. Flowchart. B. Histogram. C. Cause and effect diagram. D. Control chart. The correct answer is C. Cause and effect diagrams are also known as fishbone diagrams, YY diagrams, or Ishikawa diagrams. This type of diagram breaks down the causes of the problem statement identified into discrete branches, helping to determine the main or root cause of the problem. You are monitoring the status of a project to update the project progress and manage changes to the schedule baseline. You have some resources assigned to more than one activity at same time, making them over-allocated during those days. You want to decrease this over-allocation and keep resource usage at a constant level. What technique should you use to achieve this goal? A. Resource leveling. B. Schedule compression. C. Resource deallocation. D. Resource compression. The correct answer is A. Resource leveling is used to reduce over-allocation and to keep resource usage at a constant level. This technique can be used in both the develop schedule process and the control schedule process. Task B is dependent upon task A, which is delayed. Resource for task B have restricted availability and must begin task B on time. What should the project manager do to replan the schedule so that the deadline is unchanged? A. Crash task A and start task B at the planned time. B. Fast-track task A and move task B start date. C. Replan task B start date so it begins after the completion of task A. D. Fast-track task B and immediately begin work. The correct answer is A. The relation between task A and B is Fs, and the task A is delayed, so the project manager should focus on crashing task A and start task B at the planned time so that the deadline is unchanged. Option, fast-track task B and immediately begin work, not correct because resources for task B have limited availability. Option, fast-track task A and move task B start date, not correct because the deadline will change. Option, replan task B start date so it begins after the completion of task A, not correct because the deadline will change. A project manager who works with a risk-averse financial firm has just started a new project. The project sponsor is extremely concerned that the project may run over budget and looking to the project manager for confirmation that this won't happen. To relieve the sponsor's concerns, what should the project manager do? A. Perform strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, SWOT analysis. B. Use historical data analysis. C. Create the probability and impact matrix. D. Run a Monte Carlo simulation. The correct answer is A. The project manager should first identify the risk and update the risk register, then analyze the risk. SWOT analysis is one of the TNT in identifying risk processes to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the organization, focusing on either the project, organization, or the business area in general. SWOT analysis then identifies any opportunities for the project that may arise from strengths, and any threats resulting from weaknesses. The analysis also examines the degree to which organizational strengths may offset threats and determines if weaknesses might hinder opportunities. Your program manager has recommended that you need to protect the organization from financial risk. In planning a new project, you understand there is a limited scope definition related to the work required to fulfill the contract. What is the best type of contract to choose? A. Cost plus fixed fee, CPFF. B. Time and material, TNM. C. Fixed price incentive fee, FPIF. D. Cost plus incentive fee, CPIF. The correct answer is D, the keyword, a limited scope definition. When you have a project with limited scope, the most suitable type of contract is cost reimbursable contracts. This type should be used if the scope of work is expected to change significantly during the execution of the contract. We have two types of cost reimbursable contracts in the options given: cost plus incentive fee and cost plus a fixed fee. Both the risk lies on the buyer, but cost plus incentive fee, the risk is lower than the cost plus fixed fee, where the buyer has to pay a fixed fee along with the cost incurred, but the cost plus incentive fee, the buyer pays the fee based on achieving certain performance objectives mentioned in the contract. A project manager feels the requirement of updating one of the project supplier contracts to meet the current needs of the project. However, before any change can be demanded, the project manager must know the right process to incorporate a change to this specific contract. What should he do first? A. Review the change control procedure as documented in the contract. B. Review alternative dispute resolution (ADR) procedures in the contract. C. Issue the change request and get it approved through integrated change control process. D. Update the project procurement management plan. The correct answer is A. The first step should be to gather enough information so that the right decision and course of action can be determined. The second step should be to issue a change request and follow its approval. The project manager must first review the change control procedure specific to the contract, and that can be found in the procurement contract itself. During the development phase of an IT implementation project, the client doesn't accept to grant the project team access to their database. Since this is essential for the configuration of the application, the project deliverables could be affected. What should the project manager do next? A. Log it in the risk register. B. Review the project statement of work, SOW. C. Discuss it with the project team and update the project schedule. D. Update the issue log and meet with the client to review. The correct answer is D. Since the client refuses to grant the project team access to their database, this is an issue, and the project manager should first update the issue log and meet with the client to review and solve it. A security team notifies a project manager of a change in security procedures. The project manager uses the change control process to update the project management plan. After checking the change, a stakeholder complains that it was unnecessary because the project is approximately complete. What should the project manager do? A. Add a risk to the risk register to track the impact of stakeholder disagreement. B. Convince the stakeholder of the benefits resulting from the change. C. Ignore the stakeholder's concerns and follow the new procedures. D. Create a change request to reverse the change until a consensus is reached. The correct answer is B. The project manager used the change control process to update the project management plan because it is a very important change and necessary for the project. The project manager with the team member has evaluated the impact of this change on project constraints and then approved by the CCB. So he should convince the stakeholder of the benefits resulting from the change. Option: create a change request to reverse the change until a consensus is reached, is not good because the change is already approved after the consensus of CCB. Option: ignore the stakeholder's concern and follow the new procedures, is not good practice to ignore the stakeholder's requests. Option: add a risk to the risk register to track the impact of stakeholder disagreement, is not correct because this is not a risk and the change has been approved. A project manager has been running a project. While performing a quality audit, he found that the team members have tied by a number of minor mistakes while producing the product of the project. He is concerned about whether or not the project processes are controllable. Which of the following tools should he use to clear his doubts? A. Control chart. B. Histogram. C. Bar chart. D. Ishikawa diagram. The correct answer is A. A control chart is the best tool to use in this situation. The appropriate data is collected and analyzed to indicate the quality status of project processes and products. Control charts illustrate how a process behaves over time and when a process is subject to special cause variation, resulting in an out-of-control condition. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you always get the latest updated exam questions. For special exam requests, please send us an email. Thank you for watching.